Do 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 do. There we go. All right, do we have enough stuff queued up? Yes, we do. All right. Excuse me. Got the stuff. Got the stuff. Got the stuff. Good. All right. Let's just wait for everything to normalize here for a second. Get my notepad ready. Test out my field of view here. Hopefully we spook some regulars here with unintended results. Why, whenever I look this way, it completely cuts out? Maybe we need more lighting. Do we need more lighting? Yep, we needed more lighting. Okay. I didn't know what the side of my head looked like, apparently. I even thought my white earbuds were a another set of eyes. Turn that one on. We have a TV. TV. Wow, I might have to extend my capture over here. Now that we have giant hands. Oh yeah, that goes way beyond my screen. Here, let's zoom out a little bit. No, not that one. There we go. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. Smidge? Okay. Oh, we have to pop chat out. Otherwise, I can't say hi to all y'all. Pop out the chat. No, no, not that much. Not that much. I hope you can't all hear my toddler yelling directly above my head here. He objects greatly to his bedtime. Right. So here we are, the Retro Hardware 3D modeling stream. Not to be confused with 3D rendering on retro hardware, which we could do. We could indeed do, yes. Directly behind me in my office, not in the digital realm, in the physical realm. In the physical realm, we have an old late 90s desktop computer that I did get it running again. Actually, I turned it on and it still booted up with a few complaints. There were a few complaints, but it did boot up. And I still have the old Meta Creations 3D suite on there. So that's Poser and Bryce. It's either, I think it was Bryce 4. Poser and Bryce 4. I didn't poke around too much. So I wanted to see what I had in there for documents and such. But boy, was that a time capsule. That was quite the time capsule. But yeah, no. Good times, good times. Pretty sure I had Illustrator 8, maybe Photoshop 7, maybe. Those might still be on educational licenses. Well, not still, for I am no longer in college. Judging by, the era those were released. So it has been a minute for those. It has been a minute. All right. Just trying to set this up before stream, so let's see if it still works. We still got Zoom. All right, we still got Zoom. Arm is a little odd. I need to move my leap over just a smidge. There we go. And I wonder if I moved the sun. to be like directly in front of me. That is interesting. What do we got for... How about this hand? No, we're just blocking our face tracking apparently. See, I used to be able to do this when I had the phone lower, when I had my face tracking phone, which is directly in front of me here. When I had that lower, I could cast a fun shadow and show off the lighting effects, as you know, as far as VSeeFace can do. Yep. But apparently I moved the sun at some point. But we're not going to worry. Well, should we worry about that right now? Maybe we should worry about that right now. Okay, let's see. Light settings, sun. Let's reset the position and see what it does. There, yeah, that's actually pretty much where I had it, I think. Oh, I'm looking forward to the wonderfulness that is hiding behind us over here. That's hiding behind us in this level. We're going to be testing out the any props we make. We're going to be testing them out in here instead of the warehouse, because this will have closer to the final look with all the post processing, the lighting and shadows setup. Closer, fairly close. It'll still be a little bit different because we're dropping frames like crazy. No, OBS, come on, be nice to me. Be nice to me. Hold on. We can do this. Oh, green light. I need a better indicator than that little tiny... Oh, there we go again. We might have crummy internet tonight. I might have to restart in 720p mode if this keeps up. Sorry if you're getting a slideshow effect here. It's 3 streams in a row. Look, I can even count to 3. 3 streams in a row that my ISP has been less than stellar. So that's fun. You know, let's just take a moment. Enjoy the music while the light goes back to green. Let's see what the mobile dashboard has to say about all this. Okay, let's check. No, we keep fluctuating all over the place. We might have to drop down to a 720 stream. Darn. Well, that's pretty bad because last time we couldn't even stream. I blame winter storms, but you know, let me check. Okay. Man, it is all over the place, though. I don't think it's my ISP. Because we're rocking at, like, normal speeds of, like, or normal upload of, like, 6-7 megabytes. But it's showing us in the yellow. I don't know, folks. I don't know. Maybe Twitch is having issues tonight. I'm sure if I do down detector, it'll be complaining about all sorts of things. But yeah, no, we're in the red. Come on, silly robot just wants to be a silly robot on the internet. Okay, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. We're dropping a significant number of frames, but perhaps it is stabilized for now. Or stabilized enough. We'll go with that. Perhaps it is stabilized enough. Looks like... Nah, I don't know. Okay, we're just gonna start for now. If it gets bad enough, I will just reboot the stream in glorious 720p. Yep. But let me know if my audio starts cutting out like crazy or something. Okay, let's see. Make sure this is nice and aligned. Let's go load our TV. There we go. Beautiful. So one of the problems with doing window capture, no, not window capture, display capture, is I have an ultra wide in front of me. So my 1920 by 1080p, or 1920 by 1080, which is 1080p, it's only like 3/4 of the monitor. It goes on for another little chunk to the side, which is where I have you lovely folk. And usually like reference images and such, which is a good idea. I should move it over there so I don't have to keep whipping my head over here like this, because over here is my other monitor, which is normal resolution, and that one has OBS and Twitch and such on it. But yeah, no, the ultra wide, it's like, oh yeah, I have to make sure it's just inside the the window view, otherwise you get stuff peeking in from the side. All right, let's grab one of those. Let's grab one of those source images. What do we have here? We are going for... Funny enough, we can't really grab this source image because it is sitting on a desk behind me. Let's see. Last Monday's stream, before it was rudely interrupted by my ISP, because it decides it needs to cut out every 25 hours. So it's like a rolling cutoff, and then it stays gone for about 5-10 minutes. Usually 5, I think, because everything reconnects. It's very annoying. But that is a... Did I save a picture of it? Well, I guess we're going hunting for a picture then. And what is it, a BMC? Yes, BMC, MC, CRT, monitor. Vintage. Oh yes, very much so. And turns out I don't have the cool one that has the audio input. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's just open image in new tab. Yep, this is the one I have. So, credit goes to random eBay listing here. Random eBay listing. This is what's sitting behind me. Not in a garage. Or basement? It is in a basement, technically. but not this one. But this is what this looks like. Really, I should just look for my own picture, but I'm going to be getting it close enough. Not exactly, but close enough. Why don't I just get my own image? Well, let's see, I've got to have something over here. Stream slideshow. I know I've shown it on stream before. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, funny enough, here we are. This is from December. I have in my screen captures folder. So here's me a month ago. A month and some change. And there it is in its blurry glory. I've got a better picture. I just posted it on Discord. I don't know what I'm doing here. It is a long Monday today. The tiniest robot in the house decided to wake up at 4 a.m. this morning. So that was exciting. That was super exciting. Here we go. Here we go. Is a much better setup. It's funny, I'm saving an image from the Discord of an image that's on my phone. Isn't it funny when it's quicker to do it that way than it is to just send the image from my phone over the network? Ta-da! Ta-da! Oops. I shrunk the Winamp. There we go. So here's the beauty. This is my Commodore 64 setup. Almost exactly as it was when my parents used it for business purposes in their little office for their home business, or home office for their business. Yeah, something like that. Back in the 80s. And possibly a year or two into the 90s. This had a sticker on the bottom saying last serviced in like April of 1990. Yep, and it sat in the attic for a few years after I was done playing with it in the late 90s. But yep. So we're modeling this monitor and probably a Commodore keyboard. I don't know if I'll get to the keyboard. I want to focus on monitors because I have a few other screenshots. Monitors from my past, but also would fit in with the whole theme we're doing because we need some chunky CRTs. And do I have dirt on my wall over there? Or is that just a texture? Oh, that is just some texture. But there we go. There's this hefty little guy. But sadly, he's not a different BMC, that's the brand, monitor. This one's a data display, apparently. But some of them have the cool grill on the front with a little speaker hiding behind it. So they must just use the same shell for all of them. But yeah, this one doesn't have the nice side grill. I swear I picked up some reference pictures. Oh, no, this is a Trinitron TV. Yeah, but it would have a nice little grill like this to hide the speakers behind it. So we're gonna finish up this little guy, but we're gonna leave him in the nice chunky style that I've been using here. Go hide this slightly off screen here. And I'll probably get around to actually modeling more systems personal to me. Like I'll probably throw in an Atari and a SNES, the rest of the Commodore with all its glorious little accessories. But super simply, Okay, and I am aware we do need to fix some things here. So after stream crashed a week ago, I did go through and just complete the basics of this model, just to flesh it out a bit. And now we're gonna fix some of those things because we have some non-quads, which, to be fair, Unity is just going to smash into triangles anyways. But we want to make sure it looks nice, because when I did bring this in, just as is, it looked a little funky. I'm not quite sure. Some normals were pointing in funny directions or something. Oh, we can check that right now. Let's see. Display. Polygons. Normals. Do we have any funky normals? Yes, we do. Right there. There's someone pointing inward, it looks like. Right there. I mean, but overall, it should be fairly simple. I mean, it was a cube that we extruded and then beveled. So nothing super spectacular here. And it looks like we need to fix this shape right here too. Display. Turn those back off. Yep, when we beveled things, it took matters into its own hands, it looks like. And all it had to do was just bring that right to the edge. I mean, it looks neat. It looks really neat that way, but again, not quite the look we're going for. So we are going to go into a mode. I might be a little bit quieter this stream. Like I said, early morning, and then it was a Monday. We'll just say it was a Monday. All right, let's see what this does. If this this might move it over too far. Moved it the wrong way. Oh. Sometimes I overthink things. We have this wonderful little tool called Vertex Snap. There. Here I was thinking, it's like, okay, select those 4 points, and then scale them up just right, and then average the vertices. Or, you know, average them, basically merge them into the center, or merge them wherever they are. But to get there, you have to get there. So that's step 1. Step 2. So to switch to wireframe, so we know we're not grabbing stuff we're not supposed to. Now we can merge. Ta-da! Sometimes simple and effective. And by the way, middle mouse button on a menu, which, oh, sorry about that. Middle mouse button on a menu you can't see will do the last command in the last command with the last settings that you did in that menu. So I have it set up for Unity, but it looks like that does hide a bit for you guys. Sorry about that. At least for Maya. So you don't get to see what the menu names are up here. I just have it set up that way in Unity so you don't have the glaring light gray of the title bar. Because Unity decides you need two different brightnesses for the title bar. Title bar? Okay, so we fixed those. That's great. And now we just need to separate this. We're going to turn this into a triangle in the corner. Pretty simples. Pretty simples, assuming everything behaves itself. Quadra? Multicut. Sometimes multicut does not line up nicely. Sometimes. Let's see if it behaved itself. Okay, it did behave itself this time. See, this is what I was seeing in Unity. See this gray mess right there? I was seeing some of that. So I think it was because this face down here had some non-manifold geometry on a very cubic shape. So, you know. There we go. No, come back here. Come back here. There we go. Ooh, is it that way on the other side? No, because we did something completely different. Okay. There we go. The joys of this low poly style I've decided to go with. If you don't get it looking, you know, it's easy because I'm doing everything in quotes here. It's easy because it's very blocky. You don't need to model in a huge amount of detail. But the trade-off is you have to get that blocky look. Oops, you have to get that blocky look just right. Otherwise, it definitely looks off. So in here, I am deleting the line because that makes it easier. Quirks, I'm sure there's a good reason. Makes it easier to get rid of the vertex. Otherwise, sometimes it'll leave a gaping hole. Sometimes it'll, it'll leave a hole that you have to fill. Sometimes it'll do just part of the triangle. It's a little finicky. It's quirky. I'm sure there's some reason for the quirk, but we're not entirely sure of that reason. And I'm thinking there's something. You see how this is lovely faceted? How it kind of looks like it's like a jewel almost, the way it's moving. that's sort of being lit. I'm thinking there's some problems there too, because it's too pretty. Specifically, this triangle that we made. Yeah, let's check out those. Check out those polygons again. Let's scale up them normals. Too much scale. Too much scale. Too normal. Too scale. Much normal. All right. Oh, you know, they look how they should. I want them to be perpendicular to the face. And they do appear to be just right. Now, if I was going for a smooth textured surface, then I would, this is not what I would want. You know, if I wanted a low poly functionality to save on actual polygons and polygon count, but then throw in nice normal map to smooth it out and give it the texture, then I would want it a little bit different to soften it up a little bit. But I am specifically looking for the clunkiness, and I think he's beautiful, guys. I think he turned out just right. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is check out the UVs, or turn off the pointies. Where's my pointies? I'm sure there's a shortcut key for all that. Save. Probably get a little bit more space by getting rid of the animation bar, since I'm not using that today. Let's see, we want to get rid of the range slider. There we go. I like leaving the time slider in though, because sometimes I accidentally hit the shortcut key for the time slider, and then all of a sudden I'm like keyframing, you know, if auto keyframing is turned on, and it'll be like, oh, way over here in like frame, you know, 50, 60. And that just messes up stuff, especially when doing blend shapes. Yeah, then things can get messed up real fast when you're doing VTuber stuff too. Okay, let's see what this guy's UVs look like. Oh yes, very sophisticated. But let's see, where can I shove you? Where can I shove you, UV editor? You might have to go on the other monitor for now. Okay, let's see. What we're going to do is move a couple things around. Here, let's just get rid of these for now. Yes, I believe we're going to have to move a few things around. So I want the screen. I can't actually see you guys right now. See how you're doing. I want to move the screen to a different part of the UV map, so I can apply different colors to it. So I don't do it my trademark, just apply different material to it, because Unity doesn't like it when you do a million materials. Okay, let's see. My least favorite part of this process. Okay. My UVs are really my least favorite part here. Okay, we want to separate. What happens if we just move it? Oops, no, not the whole thing. Not the whole thing. Yep, definitely gonna have to do this on two different. Okay, the problem is it takes everything around it with it. And we don't really want that. We want to separate this. We want to separate this into different components. And funny enough, UVs are not my strong suit. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we are laid out just fine. We are laid out just fine. How do we cut a shell? How do we cut a shell? Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Unfold. Move. There we go. Cut UV edges. Cut UV edges. Slice. No, that didn't actually do it. What the hey? Maybe we leave this part for later. Maybe we just leave this part for later. When I've had a little bit more... time. Here we go. I got a refresh on this. I'm sure it's going to be very exciting. So what we're going to do for now is forget about the UVs. Because, secretly, we are going to do something different here anyways. I might as well do that right now. Let's, we're going to copy. We want to detach, but maybe if we go like this. Can we do a duplicate? No, I want to duplicate the faces. Let's see. Where's the button? Separate. Let's try that one. Nope. Or we're just going to make a separate face or a separate thing. Because what I want to do is I want to have this be the stock, right? Have it stock, have a screen there. And then if I want to use this as a working monitor by hooking up a like in-game camera or maybe sending from OBS over to the game engine, I want to be able to have it show up on the screen, which would make sense, right? But to do that, I would have to assign a different material to it. Right now, what I have with my desk computer, is I just have a quad, so a rectangle. I just have a rectangle in front of the monitor model. Definitely cheating. What I wanted to do here was have a little bit of that monitor curve, so like catch the light as a little highlight. But we will probably just model that separately. So what I'm going to do here for now is cheat a little bit. I'm definitely going to cheat a little bit here because it is almost 9 at night on a long day. Let's get yield hypershade. Why isn't hypershade up? There it is. There it is. I knew I put it in the toolbar for easy access. Okay. We are going to pick a random color over here. Here, I'll let y'all in on the secrets here. Create. Love me some Lamberts. Some nice flat shading. Which is funny because there should probably be a glossy shade, but I'm starting out everything as flat shading. No highlights. I will probably add in highlights as I go. As I tweak the whole environment. I'll want some things to be shiny. Glossy surfaces for one thing. But we can worry about that later. Okay, we're gonna call this beige. Let's just make another one. Make another material. A Lambert. Call this one gray. I'll call this screen. Oh, that's way over there. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Let's go way over here. So the screen, we might put in a default texture. I did pick one up when I was doing recording tests eons ago. How badly does this show up on the screen? Does it have like the horrible scan line? Yeah, scan line effect. I can't tell on the display here. Ooh, let's lean way in. Let's lean way in. I'll probably end up dropping that one on here. Okay, so we have screen. Got the gray. It's more of a brown than a gray. Oh, super amusing that my color picker is over on that monitor and my source image is way over there at the other end of the screen. So yeah, we'll see how this all works out. And beige. Get the color. And get, let's go a little bit lighter on the beige maybe. Maybe there. All right, so we have some of our coloring here. I'm gonna put that back off screen. And as I said, I'm gonna do this the lazy way. You are screen. Assign material to selection. Later on, I will set it up into a proper texture atlas for the whole level, mind you. For all of the monitors. Most likely, I will use the same, like 256 or so color texture atlas that I've been using. That I use for Rusty, or most of Rusty, and most of the Cintiq assets use the same style at least. Okay, we're gonna go one step further here. These guys, you are going to be, did I say gray? You're gonna be gray. And I did this completely backwards. The smart thing to do would have put the whole monitor, the outside, as one color. And then do these special colors. But, oh, yep, see, there we go. I think I can just paint. Can I paint? Paint. There's Rusty's lessons on how to not do things. Oh, gross. Okay. How to not do things. There. You are now beige. And now we will do this the right way. Well, the right enough way. So you are the screen. And there. You will be gray. Yeah? Maybe? Yeah? Close enough? Close enough for low poly work? Welcome in, Slime. Hi, Slime. Pardon me. Is it slime or I'm gonna use that as a tongue twister. Welcome. I need a water break. It has been a long day. It has been a long day. But welcome in, welcome in. We are working on some old hardware. And Rusty is currently running on old hardware that is falling apart, apparently. Whatever is easiest. No. It's your name, not mine. Okay. We have a very basic computer monitor. One that could run basic. Let's see what it looks like with a screen on it. Okay, we gotta copy that file to the right folder. Images. That wouldn't be images, that'd be data. So I have a bad habit of trying to click things that are over an OBS instead of what OBS is actually capturing. Your name is Fluid Like a Slime. Slime. I mean, it's very clever. It's very clever. I mean, CRTs definitely hold a special place in many people's hearts. I have, when I was matching colors, this is about 6 feet behind me. a working Commodore 64 with a green monochrome monitor. That's the computer I grew up with when I was a much smaller Rusty. Certain things will not work on an LCD. Kind of like if you have a Nintendo and you have a light gun playing Duck Hunt or something, that will not work on an LCD or LED or OLED, whatever. Don't remember the exact reasons, but there are reasons for it. If you look real close right here, this little Wacom looking device here, this is a light pen. I would love to fix it someday. I do believe it's broken. I think I broke it about 30 years ago. But so this plugs into the joystick port, and you use it to draw on the monitor. There's here's the little joystick button right there. There we go, little joystick button, and you just hold that up to the monitor or TV screen. Well, tube TV. Yeah, and you draw. I had a program called Doodle. I think there was it worked in CAD too, I think. Yeah, I don't have the space to get into too much old tech either, especially since my wife says I have way too much junk cluttering up storage anyways. Not a hoarder, I'm a keeper, right? But this one I had to bring in, and I've played it. I've played it a few times on stream too. It's good times. But no, I fully enjoy not using a CRT. I know I'll get banned from certain online communities for saying some retro heresy like that, but I'm one of those that can hear the CRT just fine when it's running in the room next door. I used to play a game back in the computer labs in probably high school. You have a room full of computers and CRTs running, and I had my memory tuned enough that I could tell you what color was being displayed, generally on each CRT. They'd be like, okay, what have we got on the screen over here, all the way across the room? And it'd be like, well, green. Because it had a certain pitch to it. So on one hand, I do miss, it's the nostalgia. But on the other hand, I do not miss that whining sound. Oh. But we keep this around for old time's sake. It's fun. And yes, there is something about playing at least up to a certain age of or a certain vintage of like PS1, playing it on a tube or CRT instead of on a modern TV. Although what's really fun is hooking the Atari up to have a what is it, a 1080p projector, and playing Pac-Man or Pong when the Pac-Man is like this big on this on the wall. It's hilarious. I hope that projector never dies. I don't want to have to replace it with like a 4K or something like that. Some of those things that get very pricey when they get larger. Alright, should we see if we can throw Hello World on here? Okay, let's see, where did I throw my hypergraph already? Hypergraph, here you go. Screen. Let's go find a file. Come on. Images. Nope. Data. Oh gosh, it's gonna look hideous. Change that to rendering mode. We can see. Oh, gross. Cool, but I think we need to do some scaling and probably edit the UV for it. Okay. Where's our UV editor? Oh yes, most definitely. Here we go. This one. Right about there. Move that up. Oh, come on. No. Well, that's not being nice at all. You know what? I'm doing this backwards. Let's not do it this way. Come on, UV editor. Okay. We can do this the other way. We could use the UV editor and make this UV set much larger. Or let's see if my rusty old memory can do this the right way. Scaling. There we go. We're getting there. And coverage. We do not want full coverage. I think we need to go to like 0.3. Maybe 0.5. How's that look? And why didn't that update? My spaghetti's out of date here. Here's what we're trying to do. Let's clear the hypergraph. How do we clear the graph? Graph number. There we go. Super simple graph. But why? Why is this not behaving? There we go. Haha. Oh, it's not a nerve surface. Well. Okay, we're getting warmer. My screen just wasn't updating for some reason. Translate frame, offset frame. There we go. I'm doing this the lazy way and I'm paying for it. Nope, too far. There we go. Yep, when you do... This is why you don't do things the lazy way, kids. I don't even know why I'm bothering to do this, because this is not how I'm going to play with this. So, that's kind of funny. But basically, we will have a default screen displayed. Lazy or efficient? Neither. I'm being lazy, but I'm making more work for myself. And I'm definitely not being efficient, because this is not what I'm gonna use. This is why I avoid UV unwrapping and stuff at all costs. Let's get a little stretch here. Okay. Yeah, because I don't want to have to do this all the time. In reality, what I'm going to do is I am going to drop another screen over this. So I'm essentially going to duplicate the... Oh, now you won't let me do it. I'm going to duplicate these faces, which is going to be the screen, the shiny part. And yes, duplicate that, slightly offset it, so that when I want to use this monitor as more of a hero object or something that's going to be more interactive, then I will be playing video feed on it, whether it's generated from in the engine or out of the engine. Into the engine or out of the engine. So whether it's coming from OBS or a browser source, or if it's going to be like a security camera in the game. But yeah. No, we're just going to reset this back to in fact, we're going to just create a whole new material. Call it Lambert. Which Lambert? Lambert 5. We're going to call you Screen. And pick a color. Kind of a greenish grayish. There we go. Yes, definitely not the efficient way to do this. But it will be when it's set up. That's a problem when you're going for a look and you're just like, I just want to see what it will look like. And you spend more time trying to develop the look for it than actually putting it in, making it final product enough. Oh, what did I undo something here? That got hideous. Oh, I did undo something. There we go. Screen 1. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, now we're gonna save that, so we don't have to worry about the other things. And warning. Yeah, I know you're giving me grief. But there we go. Very basic. Maybe when I finally do make a texture atlas, I'll put a little decal on it for, you know, the Rusty Robot Factory, the Rusty software. But for now, let's see what this little creature looks like in the engine, and see if I still get the weird gradient effect I was getting before. Oh, hey, look, we can send it right to Unity. I don't trust that. I don't trust that one bit. We are going to export this and see how it looks before we go through all the work. Monitor old 1. It's still complaining about that NURB surface. Interesting. Why is it complaining about the NURB surface? Line 107, init after. Oh, there's something it does not like about that. Probably when I tried messing with the UVs as they were. Oh, this is one of the neat features of Maya. You can go back and see everything you've done. Man, it's going to be complaining about that for a long time. With the surface shader. Okay. Okay. Yep, but you can see every little thing that you've done. And, you know, like here. I cleared my selection. Yeah, let's go to something more exciting here. Some texture stuff. There you go. See, I selected a cube. Then I selected face 14 of the cube. Face 26, face 13. Here, faces 12 through 15, and then another range, 24th. So those are the individual faces, you know, the quads, these guys behind me here. I selected those, and then what did I do? And then I set them to a Lambert, so I gave them the shader. Now, if I wanted to do this again, probably not selecting the faces with code. But let's say I wanted to assign the same shader or do the same operation on multiple objects or multiple points. I could just make this a script. You select the object and then you run a little script, because you can just copy and paste these things right down here. Boom, now this is a script. So I can save it, I can run it again and again. It's great for setting up, especially like, well, the old way of doing things, like setting up character rigs. You know, you want to make sure, you know, you select like the arm, for instance. So you would select the shoulder, and then it would go through and get all the children joints all the way down to the fingies, and, you know, set up the IK, put in some control rings, all, you know, driven. You could have it be as in-depth as you want, but you can do that all with a script, which is essentially what the modern tools are doing behind the scenes. Only I would much rather use the modern tools like Human IK, or just doing it in Unity. Speaking of Unity, let's go paste in our lovely little cube. Or not cube. Former cube. Let's see what I have. This monitor, old one. It's a whole 21 kilobytes. Yeah. I can go over to, can I just go right over here? I think I can just go right over here. Do I have a stuff? I do have a stuff. There we go. Show and explore stuff. And now we should get, oh, there it is, a little package. Here's our little monitor. Materials, use embedded materials, cool. You can change them. So this is one of the lovely things about how I have my stuff set up in a lazy way. The good news is I'm only using so many colors as materials, but we can do fun things with them then. Like color remapping, real easy. For instance, color remapping. So I have I forget what I call it. It's probably like cyan or blue. And then I have the orange tie. And I'm just swapping because I can adjust the materials. And because I'm a VTuber here, I had that set up in Unity as a blend shape that changes material property, which is fun because I have my VTuber right here, hiding half in the ground for reasons, and really don't need any of these. But hiding in the ground, yes. But all of the versions of Rusty that use that material that swap those two materials, or use the two materials that are being swapped, they all swap with the same hotkey. That's pretty cool. So across the board. Okay, let us go find our office. And drop a lovely monitor right in there. Have it float just a little bit. Oh, look at that glorious thing. Perfect. Perfect. And it's funny because it's so tiny. It's so small compared to, you know, these. Well, maybe not the laptop. It's a little bit closer to the laptop in size. And it should have a little a foot under it. I didn't model the foot. You can see right here. I didn't model that part. Shame on me. That'll be version 2. Version 2 will have the little stand. But yeah, look at how small it is compared to a more modern sized monitor. There. But compared to the laptop, not quite as small. So I think for now we're just going to place him down. Is there a shortcut key in Unity for dropping to a surface, I wonder? Because that would be handy. All right, let's go see what our boy looks like here. We might need to regenerate the lighting. We'll see how terrible it looks first, and see if we need to regenerate the light map. I don't know if we'll need to. Oh, we are orange. See what I was saying? Oh, here we go. Here we go. See, even where are we? Even my boy, the gremlin over here, he has the orange eyes. Oh, look at it. Look at it. It's beautiful. Let's scooch a little further away. It's beautiful. It is everything I would hoped it would be. And it is out of focus, but that's okay too. The PDA, this old school PDA is like, where is it? Right there is like half the size of the darn thing. I am pleased. I am pleased. There, now let's see what it looks. Oh, I can't even tilt far enough to look at it. There we go. I need to implement my scaling features. I'm going to have a scaling slider for the character rig. And then attach that to a hotkey somewhere so I can run around like super tiny. It should be easy enough to do too. Because we are literally just taking the clear armature, I believe, and scaling it. Did we save? I think we saved. Okay. Let's see. I've done it before, but the joy is, can we replicate the results? The answer is yes. That is hilarious. Okay, perfect. Oh my gosh. But the fun thing is, I didn't scale the physics. Wow, he moonwalks. Look at him moonwalk. there we go. Ta-da! Oh, we float. We float just a little bit. I'm gonna need to get the controller out here for this. This is a bit much. There we go. There, we're gonna take a screenshot here. But yes, I definitely need that as a toggle where I just, boom, I just hit the scaling. A very interesting feature. Yes, 3D pipes. So I changed the wallpaper on this monitor, but not the one behind me, because I had OBS running on there. So I was sending the stream that you are all seeing onto that monitor through Spout, which is coincidentally enough the same thing that VCFace is using in the corner. not the little guy. VCFace is using in the corner of the screen down here. It's using Spout, so you can get a nice transparent background, but you can also send media back and forth. Same thing. It's very similar to like NDI. I think that's what Dead Sun uses to get his video feeds into his engine. Pretty sure that's what he's using. But there we go. Hi, look at, there's our monitor. It's not so small anymore. But so the reason I stopped using Spout, I had to disable it all because we were having really nasty DirectX crashes. And it's most likely it's my fault. It is very much most likely my fault. Something was unoptimized. I think I was trying to put too big of textures all being stored, and yeah. We haven't re-enabled them yet for Unity 6 because we're playing in Unity 6 now. We haven't re-enabled them yet, but it is definitely on the to-do list. Definitely on the to-do list because I want to bring back some of the fun stuff, like having chat just be a pop-up display behind me in engine, having stuff showing up on the monitors from OBS or browser source. And that's the best way to do that, I think. Well, an easy way to do that. Yes, pipes. I did have to replace this one. Oh, it's so fun when I'm small. Oh, and you can see how low poly the some of the assets are. Isn't that neat? Yeah, I really dig the low poly look of these, which is why I stuck with it. Oh, and I'm the right size now to move some of these things. Come on, push. No, I saw you push that. There you go. There you go. There we go. Absolute gremlin. But a fun thing here should be, let me get in the right spot. Oh, that's the flashlight. Well, our flashlight still does work, and it is properly scaled. Oh, I don't know if you've seen the flashlight yet. But we have, it doesn't show up so well because it's very well lit in here. But we have a motion control flashlight here. Is attached to my finger, ET style. But here we go. Yes, VR mode does work when I'm tiny. That's funny. I call it VR, but really it's more of like FPS mode, you know, first person camera view mode. But it is hooked up to my avatar. And because it is hooked up to my avatar, the clipping is much different at this scale. So here's my hands. We got a little bit of a camera clipping here because I'm not used to being a quarter of my height. Roughly? No, there's got to be like a probably like 15% of my height or so. I forget the exact numbers. But where was I going with that? Oh yes, since the camera is within my little guy, my little avatar's head, the camera is controlled by my motion tracking. So same thing that moves my VTuber, around is moving my camera around. It was a lot of fun to set up. But unlike true VR, if the operator here, if I turn my head all the way this way, I'm not looking at the monitor in front of me, so I can't really see what's going on over there. So that's a downfall of it. For me, at least. You guys get to see the whole thing. Yeah, that's a lot of fun, though. Oops. I don't know why I keep pressing the flashlight button. There you go. Now you can better see the flashlight. Where are we going? Where are we going? Which hand is it? This one? Nope, this one. So we can light up those dark hallways now. Oh, and we can be an extra tiny ship. Hold on. There we go. Extra tiny ship. I really should have plugged in my controller. But look, now we are a very tiny little ship. Just the rusty head. Ooh, it looks really cool on this screen. So let's see if I can. If you look up here, way up there, that is a screen. And I'm basically going to take the same idea, talk with the correct hand, and take the same idea as this screen and apply it to all the monitors that I create, all the old school monitors and such. Because, it's, like I said, it's tricky at this scale. Now let's go back to zooming mode here. If you see a little, I don't know if there we go. If you look closely at the computer screen up there, you'll be able to see a little pink motion trail here of me flying around. So there's, think of it like a security camera somewhere up in the sky here, up in the ceiling. And then this TV right here, we call it a TV. This screen right here is displaying what that camera is seeing. It sounds simple, right? Well, that's how you get like, surveillance screens, security cameras, all that kind of fun stuff. And you see all those. And I could change the channels. I could have it switch to the different cameras and all that kind of fun stuff. And that's what I plan on doing. Both showing things from within the Unity game here, the Unity, and also bringing in outside sources. So it's gonna be fun. And this is my, I don't know if you've been here before to this whole setup. Usually when I'm bigger and not quite as small sized here. This is my development playground. It's where I've been starting from scratch with the video game engine, in this case Unity. Starting with scripting, how to just make a controller move around, operate the cameras and all that, because I wanted to make a pseudo game, more of a broadcast environment that I can also run around in and have, cool production values. And the Easter eggs are pretty hilarious. We've got the head jar. This one over here, you got like Day of the Tentacle over here. So there's a lot of fun Easter eggs, but yeah, the main reason is definitely, whoa, that my picking up object script works differently when I'm tiny size. Works very different when I'm tiny sized, apparently. And so do all the colliders. They definitely could use some fine tuning at this size. But But yep, nope. The goal is to make a cool in my opinion anyways, a cool broadcast environment that I can also do interactive stuff in. I'm going to bring in interactive stuff from chat and also just within here. I believe Doig and Swift call it a virtual interactive Beepo overlay. Virtual interactive puppet overlay. So something like that. And their setup's really cool. I think theirs is also in Unity. But yeah, their setup's really cool and very interactive. And I want to one of the next steps is to bring in more interactivity. Yeah, to bring in more interactivity, and now that we're stable enough, that we can do more with this and not crash it all the time. Okay, let's get out of here. Toggle for the armature. We were at quarter size, which is 8 times smaller, or the volume was 8 times smaller, something like that. I think that's how math works. Don't quote me on that. I am a math major, not a math major. I'm a developer with an art degree. Okay, so player armature and everything in there scales. Everything in there scaled. So we will have to keep that in mind when we do add that script in. Except I'm running out of hotkeys. I'm looking at my keyboard here, and I am really running out of hotkeys. P maybe? P for person? No, like legitimately, I am running out of hotkeys here. I might have to start using the numpad or the numpad or something here. No, this is a 3D modeling stream. This is a 3D modeling stream. Let's get back to it. I've got it noted down now. Got it noted down. Oh boy. Low energy, chill. We'll call it chill and comfortable 3D modeling streams. Oops. Get rid of my mug. There we go. So the question is, do I want to model the version of this with the grill on, or do I want to do it the smart way and just put that in the texture file? We might save that for the texture file and move on to the next monitor. The next monitor will not be time appropriate though, so that's a bit of a bummer. Because I wanted to go with a Trinitron display. Oh, that's a TV. That's the wrong kind. Where are you? I dumped everything on my desktop so I could find it. Ew, well that's the insides of a ViewSonic, which is, if I recall, not a Trinitron. Oh, but there's what it looked like. Look, there's the parrots. Or, maybe not parrots. They're the lovely tropical birds that were on the ViewSonic monitors. I don't know if ViewSonic's even in works anymore. What is that? Oh, that's shortcuts. Just checking to see if I have anything sketch showing up on my monitor here. I shouldn't. And by sketch I mean personal, not actually sketchy. There we go. One of these lovelies. So the thing is, this won't be era appropriate. Excuse me. This won't be era appropriate because the factory in the Rusty Robot factory is supposed to take place in the 80s. And this is very much a 90s monitor. But I had this one. So that's why I want to model it. It was heavy. 17-inch monitor. And it was heavy. And I haven't fixed my mug yet. Trillduck, I am never going to fix that mug. In fact, I doubled down. I doubled down here. So we got the broken mug. Where we go? There we go. We got the broken mug. And I double down. We can make it so it doesn't even fit in this the window here. I really have to add it into Unity. There we go. Because it is just a blend shape. Oops, that is. There we go. I have two sizes. I have the mug and then the Stein. Beer Stein. It's supposed to be Beer Stein's size, so that is quite the hefty drink there. Oh, but also it might look extra big because I decided to play with the camera settings. So now we can lean in a bit. Yeah. We can reach out our hands pretty far now. I decided to play with the camera settings. I think I set it to like maybe like a 15-degree angle in VC Face. So it won't do this in the game engine unless I want it to, which I could. But just like how do I get more depth? How do I get more depth before I, add in like extra tracking or something? Well, you play with the field of view and you make things like, wide angle. So when I keep my hands kind of close by, you can't really tell, but I lean way in there. Looks better when it's zooming too. If I lean way in there, I get just a little bit more movement out of this more static shape here. I flop my arms all over the place. Yeah, I do plan on adding some Easter eggs, like having water in it. I think that would be fun. Like when I first hit the toggle. When I first hit the toggle for it, it just pours out the bottom, and I take a drink anyways, or the particles flop all over the place. I know you can do some particle effects and such in VC Face, which is what we're still using in the corner here. I know you can do some particle effects and such. If you basically build out things in Unity and save them in the VC Face format or VC avatar format, instead of a VRM, you save your VTuber as a VSF. Basically, it's a specific format for VC Face, because then you can load in like room, better lighting and shaders, or I should say different lighting and shaders, extra bells and whistles. I think particle effects too. Or switch away from VC Face and go to Vinyan, Warado, or your own project, which is what we're going to do anyways. So that's why this avatar hasn't been updated in months. Months and months. I think the last thing I added was, I don't remember if it was the eyebrows or if it was the headset. Which we can turn one of those off. Where are we? If we really wanted to. I've grown quite attached to the headset. Yes. Want to get a little bit further in building out Rusty Land here, which would be the factory, the warehouse / factory. And then we will go back to updating the avatar itself. I really want to, I'm really eager to do the last couple steps for the AR kit face nonsense. Yes, I hit a stopping point on that when, with a test model, I had only done one half the face. I had only exported, I should say, one half the face. Set it all up in Unity for all the different, 22 different mouth shapes, the eyes, the eyebrows and such. And then I bring in it, I do all the exporting. And it's like, oh hey, you didn't export all the blend shapes from Maya. Do all of that again, twice, because for the other half of the face. It was like, oh no. And then I haven't touched it since. There's no easy button when you're building everything yourself and you're non-humanoid. If you are a humanoid, humanoid type face, oh, that's fun. Blocking my face tracking here. If you're a humanoid type face, it is, people have written stuff for that. People have written scripts and plugins for that. And I do have one of those plugins for Blender. So eager to try that out someday when we're making a more humanoid-ish Rusty. We'll see how well it works. Okay, so that monitor is done. You know, for scale, we should almost just put the next monitor in there. I think I got the colors pretty spot on too. At least in how it looked in the game engine. Oh, Trill, I think you missed the I think you missed me shrinking myself. It was good fun. I'm gonna add in the toggle for cutting my scale down to maybe like a quarter sized, and then I can run around on top of my desk and such. It really is, the little things. Oh, there we go. So this is probably the monitor that's on my desk in Unity right now. Unity. So I think that is this monitor right here. So I wanted it for scale, so I wouldn't be too far off. And also I wanted to see how close I was to... I wanted to kind of match the look so that my models wouldn't be out of place next to the stock assets, the Cinti assets. And I think we did pretty good. All right, so this is a 12-inch screen right here. This is 12 inches on the diagonal, which would probably put this at like a 21 or 24. And this monitor is going to be a 17-inch. I'm wondering if I should model another old one first. It's only important to me, I guess, if I'm era accurate. Oh, look at this thing. This thing's great. Look how chunky that is. Big, huge box. There we go. And here's a nice front view. I don't have one here. So with my Commodore monitor, I should say, my monitor I use on my Commodore, to get the dimensions, I literally just took a ruler, walked over to the other side of the office, measured it, jotted it down, and built it. Here we might have to do a little bit more creative measuring. I don't think I have a PDF for this one. I was able to find PDFs for some monitors. There is a website database, because of course there is, for CRTs. So that was pretty impressive. Okay, we got that one. Oh, and here's the computer monitor version. Again, this is probably more close to the era we were just looking at. This era, which is 90s. Well, let's get building. Let's just get building. We're gonna eyeball it. Let's see. Bring this one up on the side. We're gonna eyeball it because I do not have one of these. And it served me well for many, many years. But boy, was I happy when I finally got an LCD. Which, no, it is not. It is not the small LCD I have hiding behind me. No, those LCD monitors died out a long, long time ago. Okay, let's start off with a glorious cube. Oops, nope, nope. I should really disable this setting. I keep saying that every time, and then every time Maya messes up. Every time Maya messes up and locks down my toolbars, it does not let me update them. There's some weird little feature. And if I mention that in stream, people are going to be like, just switch to Blender. Because that's how the internet do be. Okay. How big is 17-inch monitor? How big across would that be? Let's do a quick Google search here. See if we can find that. ViewSonic. Oh, wait, where were we? We did look it up. We did look it up. CRT database. There it is. Oh wow, you can go on ViewSonic's website and get the spec sheet for it. That's impressive. That is really impressive. Ooh, somewhere along the lines we dropped a ton more frames. Okay, we can bring this over here. Ta-da! CRT database. There it is. That's the insides, huh? All this space up here is unnecessary. Okay, let's see where we got. Launched in 1999. Really? I don't think I got mine in 99. I must have had a slightly different model. Shadow Mask, it is not a Trinitron. 4x3, yes, yes. 16-inch. Okay, this is not the same one I had, but it looked just like that. So it was a slightly different size. Slightly different sized. But close enough. Close enough. 32 pounds. Or 14 and a half kilograms for if you're not using freedom units. And it does not tell me the size. Okay, we're just gonna have to guess on that then. So, What do we got here on a ruler? So 12 inches is 300 millimeters or 30 centimeters because Maya uses centimeters for all intents and purposes here. So if we add another 5 inches to that, which is roughly, so it'd be roughly 48. 48 centimeters across. Okay. What are we doing for time? We're doing okay for time. Might wrap up. We're going to wrap up just before 10, I think. Like I said, it's been a long day. The toddler bot really, really, really wanted to wake up at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Who does that? Okay, what do we got here? We got like an extra inch on either side, so that's 48 diagonal. Hmm. Here we go. Ha ha ha. Generic, but I asked a Google search here. Hopefully, I didn't trigger my phone. No? Okay. Um, what the size of a monitor like that would be, or a laptop at least. 20 inches by 10 inches. Oh, that's widescreen. Boo. Dimensions of 17-inch CRT monitor. Here we go. Random. Perfect. Perfect. Random 17-inch monitor. Width 432. Close enough. And height 400. Or no, let's just do 430 by 400. We get our decimals. And depth of, ooh, it's a square. And weighs 35 pounds. That sounds right. We might model this one differently. This one we might chop down instead of extruding. We'll see. Nah, we won't. We won't. Yeah, it's quite a bit bigger than the other one. Quite a bit bigger than the other one. But this one, we will put the proper feet on it because big old monitor like that needs proper foots. It's interesting. Look at the difference here between full screen and widescreen. Now, granted, this is the outside, the shell. But yeah, so it's like the same height. And I noticed this also with my the ultra wide that's in front of me here. That I have directly in front of me. I have an ultra wide, and it is shorter, because they measure them on a diagonal, all screens. So it is shorter. It's like I want to say it's like a 31 inch maybe ultra wide, and it is hand tracking is fun. It is shorter than my, I want to say 24 inch monitor. That is 1080p, so it's normal normal dimensions for 1080p at least, because it's not stretched really wide. Well, here you're going back further. You're going with a 4:3, a 4:3 ratio. Yep. Well, that makes it easy. Okay, we are going to hide this guy. I'm going to shrink this up a little bit, I think. All right, and then we'll go from there. So on this one, let's start with the back. Now, there it is. Oh, it's curved. We might not do it curved, even though it's a big part of how it looks. We'll see. Okay, but we are eyeballing this one, unfortunately. Okay, so this one was a square, so we've got quite a ways to go when we do eyeball this one. Maybe we'll put a little bit of a taper on it, but we'll do that afterwards, I think. Yeah, we'll do that afterwards. We'll probably put in an edge loop or something to kind of give it a little more curvature. Okay, so the bottom is the same. We just have to shrink it down a little bit. We'll give it a little bit of lift just for thematic's sake. There we go. A little bit more. We'll add another edge loop and move that around in a bit. And this is gonna be the big old cube sticking out the back. There we go. Oh, too much booty. It is that simple. It is actually just that simple. It is now roughly cube shaped. There. Okay, let's go back to that front view. That front view. That's what I'm going to do in a couple parts. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to make it instantly recognizable as that monitor, you know, the monitor it is. So in this case, it'll be having that little bevel in from the sides. I think that was kind of key for that particular model. Oh, I have to add the wings to the side here too. It kind of scoops in. Those might have been actually different pictures. I think I'm looking at two different models. That last one had a I'm gonna have to take another look at those source materials here. Okay, so for the screen itself, roughly there. I'm going to extrude again. I'll adjust the offset here. And pull it in more on the sides, but less on the up and down. So that's a very sharp top and bottom bevel, and then more coming in. And of course, sink it back. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, oops. Where are we? There we go. So we've got the little, got this part here. I guess I can just use my cursor. We got this part here sticking out, so I have to adjust that a little bit. We have the way that the monitor screen is sunk in. I don't have the curvature of the monitor though. Because this is a CRT, so it would have had a slight bow to it. Let's see if they have, if I left that screen open. Oh yeah, that is a different model. I am looking at two different models here. Okay, so this one has this flat grill right here. It goes all the way down. If you look at the almost the same, oh, that's that one. Almost the same monitor, but the one I was using for the front, which I closed the window of. Where are you? Where are you? This one. Not the same monitor. Not the same monitor. Because you have this wing right here where it swoops up. I do like the aesthetics of this one more, but it is not that other monitor. So I think we'll go with this one for now. Just kind of adjust it a bit. So one of the adjustments we need to make is up here, and then where it sinks in for the completely unnecessary sunken in area. They could have just chopped off the edge right here. Design choices on this one. Very bulky back end up here. And then, yeah, they could have made this a much slimmer model. Okay, so we have to bevel this a bit, curve that over. And then we'll call it a night, I think. And then we'll call it a night. All right. I probably have the dimensions slightly off on there too. Oh. We are going to bevel this in just a little bit like we did with the other monitor. This one is not going to have as harsh of a curve to it though. Probably. What does thickness do? Thickness, let's do thickness. Beautiful. Okay, let's save this one. Okay, and we have to add a curve to the back of here. Let's see, do that one. Maybe middle mouse it. Hell, only the sides are busted out like that, so maybe I shouldn't do that. That has a nice slant to it. The sides, though. There, let's just curve it out just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm tilting my head because it is tilted on my screen. That is a bad habit I have. You should see me when I'm doing, when I used to do a lot of vector work in Illustrator. And if the line was at a certain angle, I'd be tilting my head so that it would all line up in my field of view. Bad habits and sore necks, that's what that is. All right, oop. And we did have one last very, very important thing here. Let's see. Oh, we need to. Oh, come here. We need to sink this in just a little bit. Or a lot of it, actually. Perfect. Ooh, and we need the base. The base is going to be independent, I think. And what did they go with? What did Cindy go with? They went with a octagon? Octagon. And what do we have to work with here? ViewSonic database. It is round. It is round. So maybe we'll go with like a 10-sided instead of an octagon. It is round and you can't see much of it. I think it's just a bit of a hemisphere. And then we'll call it a night. Okay, we will call this ViewSonics so that we can avoid copyright infringement. Viewing Sonic, that is what we are doing. It was amazing how square it is. I wonder if I should pull the sides in just a little bit. No, it was just a very blocky monitor. In fact, I don't remember what monitor it was. I think I used this at one of my workplaces way back in the day. But the back of it, the booty where the tube, what is that? I forget my CRT parts. The thing that sticks way back, it was actually flared out, like this part right here in the back. Instead of coming to a narrower point, it was flared out for some reason. I think that might have been like a VAIO monitor. I could be misremembering it, but there was definitely a monitor that did that. And it was just like, why? Why do you want to take up extra desk space? You're already huge. And I know this was probably back in the day when was using a very large monitor to begin with. Like a 19-inch tube, 19 or 21-inch tube monitor. CRT. Old habit, call it tube monitor. Orthographic, top. Let's make one of these. 12. Does 12 seem excessive? $12 seems just about right. We are going to add in. Let's hide this guy for now. We're going to add in one more loop. Where's that? Oh, we have an ad starting in just a little bit. We'll cut out right after the ad. Or no, we'll snooze the ad. There we go. Snooze for 5 minutes. No need to watch an ad. Oops. What is going on here? Why can't I adjust the cap? Well, there's an easy way around that. There's an easy way around that. Where it is too late at night for me to bother thinking about how I would do that. Ta-da! Big, bulky. Ooh, probably not big and bulky enough. I think this has to stick out in front of the monitor, because that's how annoying they were back then. But I'd say good enough for tonight at least. Oh no, that definitely needs to be more. There. Now it is good enough for tonight. Perfect. Where? There we go. Harden edge. Now it is beautiful. There we go. 2 monitors tonight. That is my limit, I think. Especially since this one needs just a little bit of tweaking. I do want to add in the details of on the back side here, where the cords go in and everything, because that is just not super impressive. This one surprisingly would have very little beveling. I might add the hint of a bevel. What do we got? I might add a hint of a bevel around at least this part. But otherwise, we have very hard edges. Aside from this rounded part right here, we have very hard edges here. So you can see from the pictures on my desktop, some of the projects I've been working on. Oh, there's my Hello World screen capture. I don't know how awful this looks on the screen right now. I'm sorry. It's very has that scanline noir effect to it. But on Wednesday we'll be playing Dungeon of the Endless again. Hopefully make it through this run. I played a little bit off stream because last Wednesday my internet did not work. My ISP decided to not play nice with that. But we'll be playing that on Wednesday, hopefully on stream. We'll see. There. That's a Vuthonic. Oh, and view base. Stick that on there. There. It won't look good if I export it just like this. It'll be this lovely gray color. I suppose we could toss the suppose we could toss one of the other shaders onto it. Do we see what it looks like on this? Yeah, let's see what it looks like. I changed my mind. We got like 1 more minute. Snooze that ad again. Yeah. Let's see what it looks like in glorious default gray. Export selection. View Phonics. Let's go copy that and paste it over into Unity. Man, this is a very chill. I've noticed that I must be on the Chill Vibes album here. I'm playing in the background. It is legit starting to put me to sleep, which should not take much right now. Should not take much right now. Okay, where we go? Open, show, and explore. Paste. I think I can paste it directly in here, but like that little extra layer of maybe it not being messed up. It's becoming a very crowded desk. Oh, it didn't take both. I didn't select the both pieces of the monitor, unfortunately. It's becoming a very crowded desk. It is becoming a very crowded desk. We'll just put it here for looks for now. Okay. Go warp over there. Luckily, it does not take long. The perks of having a warp drive. Ta-da! I think we're too close to the wall to get that into decent focus. There we go. There, behold in all its clunky glory. Behold in all its clunky glory. Yeah, that looks about right. Untextured, of course. It's almost the color it should be. And our little Commodore monitor right there. All right. Well, we are going to delete that out of there. Hit save, because I don't know if we messed anything up. Make sure we save over here as well. There we go. Now we have a size comparison. 17-inch, roughly, versus a 12-inch monitor. A little bit of a difference. There we go. Ooh, now there's a huge difference. And on that note, let us see. Oops, what button was that? What button was that? Okay, there we go. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we might actually just have to call it a night here. But let's see. Because I'm running late. You know what? Let's go drop in and say a hi to Happy Pekka. Friend of the channel. Save. And there we go. Ooh, we should have a raid message. Ooh. Oh, did I enable the raid stuff? Was it raid message? There we go. Rusty raid. I knew I made a command for it. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Let's go have ourselves a little rusty raid. And see you possibly on Wednesday for a gaming. A lovely game called Dungeon of the Endless. It's a little old now, but that's okay. It's still fun. Bye.